Today is tech news from Joe Tech Tips. We're going to be talking about the 3950X, rumored. We'll be right back. Hey guys, this is Joe Tech from Joe Tech Tips. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and today we have some tech news. Some of you may not be aware, but AMD has announced their 3000 series CPU, which is mind-blowing because now they're using the 7nm process. Intel has only gone down to 10. They just came out with the 3600, 3600X, 3700X, 3800X, 3900X, and also the rumored 16-core 3950X. Now, remember, this is all using PCI Express version 4.0, and there's only, and I'm saying only, there's 40 PCI Express lanes, okay? So that is technically very impressive. The Ryzen 5 3600 is a 6-core, 12-thread CPU. It offers base clock of 3.6 gigahertz and a boost clock of 4.2. And keep in mind that all RAM speeds are all 3200 megahertz. That's the standard. 3200, that's incredible. No overclocking whatsoever. DDR4, 3200 megahertz, that's incredibly awesome. So going down the line, the 3600X is also a 6-core, but what it seems to me is that they're just making, unlocking the multiplier, overclocking a little bit. In other words, their headroom is a little bit more, the capability of them. You remember, I am outside, so I decided to do this outdoors because it's something different. So between the Ryzen 5 3600 and the 3600X, is the TDP between the two of them is a little different. One's 65 watts, the other one's 95 watts. They both have 35 megs of cache, total cache. However, the base clock of one is 3.6, the other one's 3.8, and total clock between 4.2 and 4.4 for the 3600X. Going to the Ryzen 7 series, the 3700X is an 8-core, 16-thread. Now remember, the 3700X and the 3800X are identical, okay? They both offer 8-core, 16-thread, okay? However, the base and the boost are different. One's 3.6, one's 3.9, and one's 4.4 and 4.5. Not much of a difference there. Is it really worth the different money? You know, one's $329, the other one's $399. Not much of a difference, but it's like kind of sort of an overclocked 3700X. You could probably get a 3700X overclock it to achieve 3800X speeds because the cache is identical. The 36 meg total, level 1, level 2, and level 3 put together is 36 meg. So I'm not really quite sure if there is a market for the 3800X because the 3700X is so close. So the Ryzen 9 3900X is a 12-core, 24-thread CPU. Base clock is 3.8 gigahertz, and the boost is 4.6. Now that is a big difference. More cores, more threads, more processing power to do your dirty work, I say, or your gaming. Total TDP is 105 watts. Now this is the kick in the pants for AMD, which is incredibly awesome. Is that the rumored 16-core, 32-thread CPU is the same TDP, 105 watts, which is mind-blowing. Base clock on those 16 cores is 3.5, and the boost is 4.7. That's freaking amazing. And its total cache is 72 meg. So I'm assuming that the level 2 cache is probably 6 meg, and the traditional level 3 cache will be 32 meg. That's my guess. That would make more sense. The price is to be determined or to be announced. Rumored, we're hoping that since the jump between the 8-core and the 12-core processors, between the 3800 and 3900, is a $100 difference. It would be really nice if it was $599 for the 16-core 32-thread, because it is not a Threadripper, so it doesn't warrant the Threadripper price tag. So $599, $699 maybe. It'll be a little bit too much. I don't think the 3950 would sell. If it was $699, I think it would just be too far away, and it'll be too close to the actual cost of a Threadripper if they make a 16-core variant of the Zen 3 architecture. Would be interesting to see, but I would hope it would be somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe $649, you know, maybe. $699 would be a little bit too high. I don't think it would sell, considering it's only 4 cores more. 12 to 16 is 4 cores. It doesn't, and they're $100 difference between the two. So $599 would be the better choice and price tag for this CPU. However, if they increase it slightly more, just because it's the flagship 3950X, perhaps they might be able to get $649 out of it, maybe. So anyway, this is Tech News from Joe Tech Tips. I want to thank Mark Rhodes for providing information in regards to all this information. He's been a great tech news provider. And anyway, take care, and we'll see you next time. Make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Take care. And by the way, I'm sure you're all aware, or maybe you're not, Intel has challenged AMD real-world gaming performance, so the 3000 series against Intel, and they've challenged them. So this should be an interesting challenge. AMD, Team Red.